My dear sister, imagine holding a priceless diamond in your hand. Now imagine the diamond spending its entire life begging people to tell it that it is valuable. Sounds strange, doesn't it? Yet this is exactly what many women do. They search for worth in compliments. They search for worth in attention. They search for worth in the approval of people who cannot even guarantee their own happiness. But a truly respected woman is different. She knows something that most people never discover. Her value was not given by people. And because people did not give it, people cannot take it away. Today, let us uncover 4 rare qualities that separate a truly high-value woman from the crowd. And by the end of this video, you may discover something powerful about yourself that you never realized before. 1. She knows her worth because Allah gave it to her. My dear sister, one of the rarest qualities of a truly high-value woman is that she knows her worth, not because people constantly remind her of it, but because Allah already gave it to her. This is something many people struggle to understand. We live in a world where women are constantly being told that their value depends on how they look, how many people admire them, how much attention they receive, or how many people approve of their choices. Everywhere you look, there is pressure to seek validation. There is pressure to fit in. There is pressure to become whatever other people want you to be. But a woman who truly knows her worth refuses to let the world define her. She understands that before anyone praised her, Allah created her with dignity. Before anyone accepted her, Allah honored her. Before anyone saw value in her, Allah had already given her value. Because of this understanding, she does not spend her life desperately chasing approval. She does not constantly change herself to impress people. She does not sacrifice her principles just to be liked. She does not lower her standards because she is afraid of being left behind. Many women lose their peace because they hand their self-worth over to other people. When someone compliments them, they feel valuable. When someone ignores them, they feel worthless. When people praise them, they feel confident. When people criticize them, they begin questioning everything about themselves. This creates a painful cycle because people's opinions change every day. The same people who praise you today may criticize you tomorrow. The same people who support you today may walk away tomorrow. If your confidence is built upon people, then your confidence will rise and fall with every opinion, every comment, and every reaction. A high-value woman refuses to live this way. She understands that her value does not increase when people applaud her, and it does not decrease when people reject her. She knows that she is more than someone's opinion. She knows that she is more than her appearance. She knows that she is more than the mistakes she made in the past. Most importantly, she knows that her relationship with Allah is worth more than the approval of the entire world. This gives her a quiet strength. It allows her to walk away from situations that damage her dignity. It allows her to say no when everyone expects her to say yes. It allows her to remain patient when others pressure her to compromise her values. And it allows her to stand firm even when she feels alone. My dear sister, never forget this powerful truth. The people around you may fail to recognize your value, but that does not mean your value has disappeared. A diamond remains valuable even when nobody notices it. Its worth does not come from people's recognition. Its worth comes from what it truly is. The same is true for you. When you understand that Allah is the one who gave you your honor, your confidence changes completely. You stop chasing validation. You stop begging for acceptance. You stop allowing people to decide how you should feel about yourself. Instead, you carry yourself with dignity, confidence, and self-respect because you know that your worth was given to you by Allah and no human being has the power to take that away. 2. She guards her heart and emotions wisely. My dear sister, one of the rarest qualities of a high-value woman is not her beauty, her intelligence, or even her talents. It is her ability to protect her heart. In a world that encourages people to share everything, reveal everything, and trust too quickly, a wise woman understands that her heart is one of the most precious things Allah has entrusted to her. And because it is precious, she does not hand it to everyone. Many people mistake emotional openness for emotional wisdom. They believe that if someone shows a little kindness, they deserve complete trust. If someone says the right words, they deserve access to their deepest feelings. If someone gives attention, they deserve a special place in their heart. But life teaches a painful lesson. Not everyone who enters your life deserves a permanent place in it. Not everyone who smiles at you is sincere. Not everyone who promises loyalty intends to stay. This is why a respected woman moves with wisdom rather than emotion alone. She understands that trust is earned over time. She does not allow loneliness to make decisions for her. She does not allow temporary emotions to control permanent choices. She does not become attached to people simply because they make her feel special for a moment. Instead, she observes. She reflects. She pays attention to actions rather than words. Because she understands that words can be beautiful while intentions remain hidden. My dear sister, some of the deepest wounds people carry today were not caused by strangers. They were caused by giving their heart too quickly to the wrong people. They ignored warning signs. They ignored red flags. They ignored the voice inside them that told them to slow down. And later they found themselves carrying pain they never expected. A high-value woman learns from this reality. She understands that protecting her heart is not being cold. It is not being arrogant. It is not pushing people away. Rather, it is respecting the gift Allah has placed within her. Just as you would not leave your most valuable possessions unprotected, you should not leave your emotions unprotected either. This wisdom changes everything. It helps her avoid relationships that drain her peace. It helps her avoid people who only appear when they need something. It helps her avoid becoming emotionally dependent on those who cannot be trusted. Most importantly, it protects her connection with Allah. Because when a person becomes overly attached to people, disappointment often follows. People change, people leave, people fail, but Allah never abandons His servants. That is why a wise woman trains her heart to love Allah above everything else. She cares for people, but she does not lose herself in them. She appreciates people, but she does not depend entirely upon them. She loves people, but she remembers that her ultimate reliance belongs to Allah alone. This balance gives her strength, it gives her clarity, and it gives her peace that many people spend years searching for. My dear sister, your heart is valuable. Do not give everyone access to it. Do not allow every opinion to affect it. Do not allow every person to influence it. Protect it with wisdom. Protect it with self-respect. Protect it with faith. Because a woman who guards her heart wisely protects not only her emotions, but also her peace, her dignity, and her relationship with Allah. And that is one of the rarest qualities of a truly respected woman. 3. She remains dignified even when she is hurt. My dear sister, anyone can appear strong when life is going well. Anyone can smile when they are getting what they want. Anyone can speak kindly when they are being treated kindly. But the true character of a person is revealed when they are hurt. It is revealed when they are disappointed. It is revealed when they are betrayed. It is revealed when they are treated unfairly. This is where one of the rarest qualities of a high-value woman becomes visible. She remains dignified even when her heart is hurting. This does not mean she never feels pain. It does not mean she never cries. It does not mean she never experiences sadness, heartbreak, or disappointment. She is human. She feels deeply. But what makes her different is that she refuses to let pain transform her into someone she was never meant to be. Many people allow their wounds to control their behavior. The moment they are hurt, they become bitter. The moment they are disappointed, they become harsh. The moment they are betrayed, they begin looking for ways to hurt others. They feel that because someone caused them pain, they now have permission to abandon their principles. But a respected woman understands something important. Pain is a test of character, and she refuses to fail that test. When someone speaks badly about her, she does not immediately lower herself to their level. When someone disappoints her, she does not lose control of her emotions. When someone breaks her trust, she does not allow anger to turn her into a person she would not recognize. Instead, she pauses, she reflects, she remembers Allah, and she chooses dignity over reaction. This is not weakness. In fact, it is one of the highest forms of strength. Anyone can react. Very few people can respond with wisdom. Anyone can shout. Very few people can remain composed. Anyone can seek revenge. Very few people can walk away with their dignity intact. My dear sister, one of the greatest mistakes people make is allowing temporary emotions to produce permanent consequences. A moment of anger can destroy years of trust. A moment of revenge can create years of regret. A moment of emotional weakness can lead to decisions that affect an entire future. A high-value woman understands this. That is why she does not make important decisions when emotions are at their highest. She gives herself time. She allows herself to think clearly. She understands that emotions are real, but they are not always reliable guides. There will be moments when people misunderstand you. Moments when people accuse you unfairly. Moments when your kindness is taken for granted. Moments when you give your best and receive disappointment in return. These moments hurt, but they also reveal who you truly are. Anyone can maintain good character when life is easy. Maintaining good character when life is difficult is what makes a person exceptional. One of the signs of a truly respected woman is that she never allows another person's behavior to control her character. If someone chooses dishonesty, she remains honest. If someone chooses disrespect, she remains respectful. If someone chooses cruelty, she remains kind, not because they deserve it, but because her values are not dependent upon their behavior. Her character belongs to her, and she refuses to surrender it because of someone else's mistakes. This is a level of emotional maturity that many people never reach. They spend years allowing other people to dictate their mood, their reactions, and their peace. A single negative comment ruins their day. A single betrayal destroys their confidence. A single disappointment causes them to question their worth. But a high-value woman learns to separate her identity from the actions of others. She understands that someone else's rejection does not define her value. Someone else's betrayal does not define her future. Someone else's opinion does not define her worth. Because she knows that her worth comes from Allah. And when your worth comes from Allah, the actions of people lose much of their power over you. My dear sister, there is another beautiful quality that appears when a woman remains dignified during hardship. She develops inner peace, not because life becomes easy, but because she stops fighting battles that do not deserve her energy. She stops explaining herself to everyone. She stops chasing closure from people who never intended to give it. She stops trying to convince those who have already decided to misunderstand her. Instead, she places her trust in Allah. She focuses on her growth. She focuses on her healing. She focuses on becoming the woman Allah wants her to be. And something remarkable begins to happen. The very situations that were meant to break her start making her stronger. The very experiences that caused her pain begin teaching her wisdom. The very disappointments she once cried over become lessons that protect her in the future. This is why a respected woman does not allow hardship to destroy her dignity. She allows hardship to refine it. Like gold purified through fire, she emerges stronger, wiser, and more beautiful in character than before. My dear sister, never forget this truth. Anyone can remain graceful when life is giving them reasons to smile. But the woman who remains dignified when her heart is hurting, when her expectations are shattered, and when her tears are hidden from the world, that is a woman of rare strength. That is a woman of true value. And that is the kind of woman people respect, admire, and remember long after the pain has passed. 4. She relies on Allah more than she relies on people. My dear sister, perhaps the most beautiful quality of a truly high-value woman is not found in the way she speaks, the way she dresses, or even the way she carries herself. It is found in where she places her trust. A woman can possess beauty, intelligence, talent, and confidence. But if her heart depends entirely on people, she will constantly find herself vulnerable to disappointment. Why? Because people change, people leave, people make promises they cannot keep, people have limitations. Even the people who genuinely love you cannot carry every burden you face. They cannot heal every wound in your heart. They cannot solve every problem in your life, and they cannot provide the peace your soul is searching for. This is why a respected woman learns one of the greatest lessons in life. People are a blessing, but they were never meant to replace Allah. Many people spend years placing expectations on human beings that only Allah can fulfill. They expect people to complete them. They expect people to heal them. They expect people to make them feel secure. They expect people to carry them through every difficulty. Then when people fail, they feel shattered. Not because the disappointment was too great, but because their reliance was placed in the wrong place. A high-value woman understands that her strength comes from maintaining a direct connection with Allah. When life becomes difficult, her first response is not panic, it is prayer. When she feels lost, her first response is not despair, it is dua. When her heart becomes heavy, she does not immediately run to people hoping they can fix everything. Instead, she turns toward the one who controls everything. She turns toward Allah. This does not mean she never seeks advice. It does not mean she isolates herself. It does not mean she refuses support from those who love her. Rather, it means that her ultimate dependence remains with Allah. She understands that people are means. Allah is the source, and there is a huge difference between the two. One of the reasons many people suffer emotionally is because they become attached to people beyond what is healthy. Their happiness depends on a text message. Their peace depends on someone's attention. Their confidence depends on someone's approval. Their emotional stability depends on how another person treats them. As a result, they live on an emotional roller coaster. One day they feel secure. The next day they feel abandoned. One day they feel loved. The next day they feel forgotten. Their emotions rise and fall according to the actions of people. But a woman who relies on Allah experiences a different kind of peace. Her heart is anchored. She understands that even when people disappoint her, Allah never disappoints. Even when people forget her, Allah never forgets her. Even when doors close in front of her, Allah can open doors she never imagined. Even when everyone around her says something is impossible, Allah can make it possible with a single command. This belief changes everything. It gives her strength during uncertainty. It gives her patience during delays. It gives her hope during hardship. And it gives her peace during storms. My dear sister, one of the greatest tests in life is learning where your heart runs during difficult moments. When something painful happens, where do you turn? When your plans fall apart, where do you turn? When your heart breaks, where do you turn? When fear enters your life, where do you turn? Many people immediately run to the creation. They seek answers from everyone around them. They seek comfort from people. They seek validation from people. But a wise woman first runs toward her Creator. She knows that before anyone else understands her situation, Allah already understands it completely. Before anyone else hears her words, Allah already knows her thoughts. Before anyone else sees her tears, Allah has already seen them. This creates a relationship with Allah that becomes a source of incredible strength. The world may see her smiling while carrying burdens nobody knows about. The world may see her remaining calm during difficult circumstances. The world may wonder how she continues moving forward despite all the challenges she faces. What they do not see is the secret behind her strength. They do not see the prayers she makes in private. They do not see the tears she sheds before Allah. They do not see the moments when she places her trust in Allah, even when she cannot understand what is happening. That private connection becomes her foundation, and because her foundation is strong, she remains strong. My dear sister, relying on Allah does not mean life becomes easy. It means you never face life alone. There is a difference. The difficulties may still come. The tests may still arrive. The disappointments may still happen. But when Allah is at the center of your heart, those difficulties no longer have the power to destroy you. Because you know who is controlling the outcome. You know who is writing your story. You know who is capable of changing your situation at any moment. And you know that no hardship enters your life without His wisdom. This understanding protects a woman from desperation. It protects her from constantly chasing people. It protects her from compromising her values just to gain someone's approval. It protects her from making people the center of her world. Instead, Allah becomes the center. And when Allah becomes the center, everything else finds its proper place. Relationships become healthier. Emotions become more balanced, decisions become wiser, life becomes more peaceful. One of the most beautiful signs of a high-value woman is that she carries a quiet confidence. Not because she knows what tomorrow will bring, but because she knows who controls tomorrow. Not because she has all the answers, but because she trusts the one who does. Not because she has complete control over her future, but because she trusts the one who has complete control over everything. This kind of faith creates a strength that cannot be purchased. It creates a peace that cannot be explained. And it creates a resilience that allows a woman to continue moving forward even when life becomes difficult. My dear sister, if you want to become a truly respected woman, learn to place your trust where it belongs. Love people, but do not depend on them completely. Appreciate people, but do not make them the source of your happiness. Benefit from people, but do not place them above Allah in your heart. Because people will always have limitations, but Allah has none. People may fail you, Allah never fails His servants. People may walk away, Allah remains. People may not understand your pain, Allah understands every single part of it. And when a woman reaches the point where her heart relies upon Allah more than it relies upon people, she discovers a level of peace, strength, and dignity that very few people ever experience. That is why this quality is not merely a sign of a high-value woman. It is the foundation upon which all the other qualities are built. As we come to the end of this reminder, my dear sister, remember this. A high-value woman is not the woman who receives the most attention. She is the woman who remains close to Allah when nobody is watching. She knows her worth because Allah gave it to her. She protects her heart because she understands its value. She remains dignified because her character is stronger than her emotions. And she trusts Allah because she knows that people can fail, but Allah never does. The world may measure a woman by her appearance, her status, or her popularity. But Allah looks at something far more beautiful. He looks at her heart. So do not spend your life trying to become someone the world will admire. Become the woman that Allah is pleased with. Because when Allah is pleased with you, the opinions of people become small. Walk with dignity, protect your faith, know your worth, and never forget that the most beautiful thing a woman can wear is a heart connected to Allah. May Allah fill your heart with peace, your life with barakah, your character with beauty, and your future with His guidance. Ameen.